Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 4GQ TV, and I'm going to play with my soundboard. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, we have our usual candy bowl thief, aka Goblin, Flamish.
Yes. Of course, I'm happy to be here, guys. What's up? It's Flamish.
And
Beautifully
if you
done.
are hearing
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
double echo, I've fixed it. Sorry, Flamish, there was a double echo when you introduced yourself, but we'll move on to Paul. Paul. So,
Yes.
oh wow, that's cool, Nightbot. Thank you for putting that out there. I forgot you were in the chat. Welcome to the show, Paul, with your Xbox Series X hat, looking very professional, very excited off that 20th anniversary.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a big show earlier this week. Yeah. A really big show.
And Midway, I'm glad you're back with us. I know your seasonal time is limited, but it's always fun having you on the show. The jokes will never get old. So, I'm curious, Midway, have you found out if you can buy a fantastic Fanta at Poundland?
This is going. Yes, this has gone too far. Too far, clowns. You know, I dreamt that there would be a non-Fanta joke podcast, but it turns out it was just a fantasy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But I'm sure they have some sort of third-rate orange. I'm sure they have some sort of third-rate orange soda there somewhere.
Wow, Midway, you just cracked up an audience that is sitting behind not a live studio behind us, actually. And Paul's got a soundboard now too, so this is double trouble because me and Paul like sound, so this is gonna be bad.
We'll be going after each other, I'm sure.
Hey, what's up, Circular? What's up, Graphic Guide? Nightbot, back from the dead. Also, I want to announce at the beginning of the show that we are now affiliated with ExpressVPN for all your security and privacy needs. So check out the referral link for a special deal. 12 months. You buy 12 months, you get 3 months free. Maybe you're in the airport or at McDonald's Wi-Fi. You don't want your stuff being seen or picked up by hackers. You hop on ExpressVPN and there you go. Just use our 4GQ TV at the end of their URL and you'll get that special deal. Hey, what's up, Mama? We were just talking about Poundland and Fanta, and Midway had the audience cracking up behind us. So
yes, and may I say something real quick? May I say something?
Sure.
Real quick? Because this is I'm under duress. I must say this. Everyone, please in the chat as well, give a 1 for the health and good wishes of That's Mama Rocks as she gets better, and as well PK's daughter, hoping that she has a nice and quick recovery, and hopefully she doesn't get it as bad as many COVID victims out there. So let's put a 1 in the chat if we can do that for the loves of our lives. All right.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody going through it. It's rough. I'm glad Mama's on the way to recovery. I'm glad little Mama's recovering. I hope PK's daughter is safe. I hope PK stays safe. I know it's hit everybody hard, and there's different variants out there. So just hope that everybody just does whatever they can to wash their hands, clean their hands, sanitize. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe, do it. That's all
Absolutely.
I can suggest.
Yep.
Yeah. But this week today actually, on the official Xbox YouTube page was some good news. there's a really cool game coming out, and I know if PK was here, he would be all over this, saying that, oh, you better play this game. It's gonna have ladders and tournaments, and it's gonna have DC characters, and who doesn't? And absolutely correct. Who doesn't like that? You know, I like Scooby Doo. I like Batman. I like Harley Quinn. You know, so I'm going to play a little preview for you if it actually works. So let's see. Hopefully it's muted, otherwise you're going to hear lots of sounds. But we're just going to talk as they're showing you stuff. I thought this looked really cool. You know, let's start with Midway, because he has missed some shows due to his seasonal football schedule with his good football team. Midway, have you had a chance to see anything about this game yet?
I have not yet. As a matter of fact, get me last so I can watch this and just see how it is. If you want to get
Okay.
if you want to get cerebral on there.
Actually,
All
I'm
right.
watching it for the first time now, but I'm already getting a glimpse of it. Yeah.
All right, Flamish, take it away with your long Belgium speech. And how much candy will you need to eat to stay awake to play this game?
Well, so first of all, I'm so excited to see a game like the Smash Brothers style coming to other platforms. We recently had another game from Nickelodeon coming out, and now there's a new game with DC and Warner Brothers in general, which is awesome, of course. Looks interesting. It's co-based. You can play solo, however, and yeah, I'm very excited, especially because free to play. You don't have to pay to buy the game basically, and even funny thing is like the star character being there. We got Wonder Woman, we got Shaggy from Scooby Doo in there, Superman, Tom and Jerry, and many others. I think it's amazing, class. I'm very excited.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Did you have a chance to understand any more about the game, or is that all you picked up from
Well,
what?
what I've seen is they got a huge variety of characters. So far we only seen around 13 of them. So there are more coming soon. But no, there's not really too much being shown. It's like a minute and a half of a trailer of different characters, their abilities and stuff. Seems to be the saying has in-depth mechanics like a lot of the Smash games as well have them, and there are co-op moves as well, so you can really have like a team going on and play together, like defend each other basically with a shield or something like that. But no, not too much that I've seen except that no extra stuff that's been shown online. um that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so basically, what I got from watching this is one that's going to be free to play, which is fantastic. I think that that's going to make this game a highly, what do you say, highly played game like Fortnite. The fact that it's going to be free to play. Obviously, they're going to have to make it up somehow, microtransactions and costumes and everything else games like free to play games do. The cartoon voice actors that are known for these particular characters are supposedly voicing all the characters, from what I understand as well. So you'll hear Tara Strong do Harley Quinn, which you've heard. Same thing with Shaggy's voice actor and Batman's voice actor. So I think that's something that is really cool. The fact that this is going to be cross-play on multiple systems and the progress carries over no matter where you play is excellent, right? And I'll just try to play this again for you guys and put it on a loop. But the character selection screen so far has many of the Warner Brothers favorites out there, and all that is a positive.
That's the main thing I noticed. Not only like you said, it's free to play, but because all these characters, they do not look like third world mockeries. You know, like instead of Superman, it could have been like Wonder Gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not some rando that's just there to fight. They actually have, from what it looks like, trademark and registered versions of all these characters. For it to be free to play, that is awesome. I believe you said with the microtransactions, I'm sure after a while they'll probably add more characters that'll probably.
Did we lose him?
Midway, can you?
I hope we didn't lose Midway, and he might be having a spotty connection.
Yeah. Well, okay. So while we're waiting for him to maybe come back, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, they did a really good job with the depictions of the characters, and they're each in the proper style. They didn't pick a certain style and make everybody match that style. They're the style in which they're known for. So,
right.
So Superman looks like the classic Superman. Batman looks like one of the newer iterations of Batman. I did notice that outside of WB and DC, they have Tom and Jerry, which is neither. So it's interesting that they've got that licensing as well. Because Tom and Jerry was not part of the WB, cartooniverse, as it were. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It's a battle game, which I'm really bad at. So, but I'll probably still play it with friends. It looks fun, and it looks very well done.
It does. I agree. Midway, you were on the verge of saying something before you.
Yeah, do you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember where I went off, but I think the last thing was I said that you said that there's going to be microtransactions. I'm sure there's going to be new characters that will be coming, and I'm sure that they're going to be probably paid for as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of from what I'm seeing and how like active and competitive it looks. Could this possibly become an esports title as well? I mean,
that'd be fun.
Competition like this. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that could go with this, and I'm not a big fan of like the whole Super Smash type stuff. I'm not really into it, but looking at this, it definitely looks exciting to watch.
Yeah.
To answer back in the chat, let me go down here. He says that he'll be surprised if they don't get sued by Nintendo for blatant Smash Brothers ripoff. I want to say this. Oh yeah, Shizno, I agree with you as well. But I don't think they can get sued because we've seen battle arenas with Fortnite and PUBG or battle royales, and they thought about suing. PUBG thought about suing other people, but then they found out that there were other games before PUBG that were battle royales. With this as well, I'm sure that Nintendo wasn't the only one to have this kind of idea of a fight. And it is different IPs, different characters, and it's based in a Warner Brothers universe. So I think it's pretty much safe from, Nintendo, because it doesn't have any likeness of their characters or likeness of their abilities. It's a lot different.
Also, I mean, Brawlhalla is the same type of game. Did they go after Brawlhalla? It's a,
Yeah.
Because Brawlhalla is basically a blatant ripoff. Also, platform fighting, trying to knock each other off, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Does anybody remember a few months back we had a special trailer for Warner Bros. Where you saw Shaggy going out of like a Warner Bros. Logo, taking Scorpion with him?
No, I don't remember that.
No,
me neither.
Okay,
but
yeah.
but that's also another thing because I don't think Scooby Doo and them were originally part of a Warner Brothers thing either, really. But they bought a lot of IPs over the last couple of decades. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they used to be Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Warner Brothers owns Hanna-Barbera. That's a good question. I should look into that.
This little yellow dude here is from Adventure Time, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cartoon Network.
The dog. Yeah, the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of variety because they're I mean, not everyone's a fan of Warner Brothers, not everyone's a fan of Cartoon Network, but those fans will definitely find their way over to those characters, and now that you can fight with them, they'll there's a lot of variety in this.
I think it's even interesting that they went with the Super Shaggy, the one that's actually fan based. Has not like that's never been a thing. That's always been fan based. That they're literally using that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, Shaggy was never much of a fighter. He was more of a runner.
Yeah, but
Right.
since Ultra Instinct came out, they thought the community thought it was, like
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct from Dragon Ball Z. They thought it was cool that they put Ultra Instinct and Shaggy together, and then you had this Super Shaggy. And since then, it has been like a fan thing, and it has been amazing. And
I do like the fact that his throwing weapon is a sandwich, which fits.
yeah,
Not a
it is.
Scooby snack?
That why, I was just thinking probably should have been a Scooby snack, but
Well, I think it's a Scooby sandwich, like they use
yeah.
in the series. And also the other thing, like I think it's cool that we have Game of Thrones in here. That's something that I didn't expect at all.
Oh yeah.
Because we have Arya Stark. Like, how do you even like that character is only like fict, like you don't know how it's gonna look in cartoon to see it actually on the screen in the game, which is a very popular character in Game of Thrones. To be honest, for me at least.
She's probably the most deadly character in the game too. Jesus.
Yeah. I think she's gonna be assassin character. Hit hard.
Well, Midway brought up a good point. He said that he sees something like maybe Esports League or tournament stuff, and they did touch on that a little bit. So there's going to be a ladder system in the game, and there's going to be. They didn't call it. Did they? No, they didn't call it clans. They called it something else. But you're going to be able to join a group, a team, and then your team can compete on ladders on their internal ladder system throughout the battles. So it's not just like solo or friends playing casually. You can actually play like maybe like more like a tournament style, but on their servers as a ladder, which I mean could eventually turn into an esports thing if it's the teams are good enough. So there's a lot of potential.
If it's built in, we could do podcast tournaments, man. Us versus like the Wednesday night gang from Wilminghood,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and if it's built in, it's less work for us to try to deal with it, or for Bomber and those guys to try to put it together, which they've done before. Because there's a lot of work that goes into putting together a tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It just makes it easier when there's a ladder system, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I mean, we would win, obviously, because Yeah, I mean, I'm a Harley Quinn super fan, and I could smack that hammer around really well. What's up, Timmy?
60 or 120.
Also, I want to talk to Shizno.
Wait, what'd you say, Midway?
I said for performance, is it 60 or 120?
Oh, I didn't catch that. That's a good question.
Well, we don't know. It's an announcement trailer. Real early look at the game. It's not been date announced or anything. It's just an announcement trailer. We don't know anything yet, except what we've seen. It's not really that much details. But besides that, Shizno, when you say Smash has a pro league, that's true. This also gonna have esports. They talked about it, just touched on it, but yeah, it's gonna probably be co-based. I don't know if they're gonna do a single player as well for that, but we'll see. There's not enough details anyway, so.
Okay.
My high school is 2 out of 3 years, I think, state champs in Overwatch.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
so
state champions.
They actually have esports in high school. Yeah, and my high school, the last 2 out of the last 3 years, they were state champions in Overwatch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so esports is getting big.
Yeah, who would have thought when I was going to high school, people be lettering in esports? Wow.
This is like 20 years too late. Like these fingers could have been magic. I'm just saying.
I would have been the coach. I would have been the coach.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's much more to say about this game right now because it was only an announcement trailer, but it was very exciting, and I just love cartoons, so I had to put it in here. And I know Jay does too. And I hope they have accessibility mode for players that use one hand and whatnot, because this is going to be a fun game, and we all got to play, and we're all going to win on 4GQ TV. Nobody's going to beat us. No one's going to beat us. And you can, Midway, you can tell the Xbot crew they're going to lose too. They're not going to beat us. You can let them know that.
I will be the messenger, and that Mama Rocks knows how well I can hit that X button.
Yep.
We were playing It Takes Two. I don't know if any of you played that yet. But
Yep.
Like
Oh, yeah.
that. Did you ever play that one mini game where you're playing tug of war?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm undefeated. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Hey.
Well, the next thing.
No,
But-
by the way, it's not called Multiverse, it's called Multiversus.
Yep, I put it in the chat for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna upload this other thing.
These aren't string theories.
So Xbox had their 20th anniversary, and it got the fans really hyped up. There's a lot of energy, even though it was a short show. There was a lot of energy in the celebration. Midway, did you get a chance to watch the 20th
did.
anniversary? Let's go to you. What did you think of it? Anything exciting that you took away from it?
So, I thought they did a really good job of bringing the nostalgia. Obviously, 20 years. I mean, that's an accomplishment. I mean, I really liked how they did that. I really liked, and I had a feeling, The Rock would make an entrance. He made an entrance. Obviously, it was to plug a Netflix movie he was in, but neither here nor there. But I thought they did a really good job of presenting their history and slowly, building it up to today. It was exactly what I expected. I didn't expect, like any like huge announcements, but then we got at least the multiplayer announcement, which was, I mean, I watched so many like live look-ins and reaction videos, and you could just hear the excitement when at least the multiplayer was announced to play early. That's an awesome thing. Just I thought it was just right now, like, kind of on the spot, like that's what I remember the most. I'm sure when Cerebral or Flamish get into it, some things might pop in there, but right now, like, overall, I get, like, that's definitely a 9.5 out of 10 type of presentation, and that was awesome. I think it won a lot of people, like, to see how they did it, and I mean, it was great.
Awesome. Yeah, I just I didn't watch the whole thing. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't have the time. I wanted to, and I'm gonna go back and watch it. And I'm playing it now just silently, but I think that the energy from what I saw was there. It's what fans kind of expected. Expectations were a little bit low, but we still came out with some great news on backwards compatibility. It's a shame it's the last, set of BC titles, but I got to say this, okay? There's a lot of stuff going on Twitter complaining about Phil right now over the backwards compatibility. They're like, somebody pulled up an article. Phil wants to preserve game history as long as he can. And that article is like from 2 or 3 years ago when he started talking about how serious they are about backwards compatibility. And then now it's saying that due to technical issues with licenses, restraints, et cetera, they have to move forward and kind of end the program. Now, tell me one other CEO who's done as good of a job as Phil has with backwards compatibility. No one has. No one has. So for the media to twist this like this in some articles and people trolls posted on Twitter, they don't even know what they're talking about. Phil
No, they
has done
don't.
Phil has done a phenomenal job with backwards compatibility. All the people working on it have done a phenomenal job. It took hours and hours to get licensing rights, music rights, and going and getting every company sign off on what they did. So I am grateful for that. I am grateful for that. And the titles that we did get in backwards compatibility, like Mortal Kombat vs. DC, I didn't think we would ever get that in there. That's fantastic news. Max Payne, come on, that's awesome. People have been asking for that forever. Not everybody got what they wanted, I know, and that is a shame. But going forward, hopefully some of these companies do make remasters, and we'll get them somehow. Paul, what are your thoughts? You're the super Xbox fan, and
right.
accessibility fan over there. So let us know your thoughts.
Well, I mean, first I want to address the whole backwards compatibility. People are conflating preserving the games with making them available to the public. Those are not two necessarily the same thing, if you know what I mean. So for them to say, well, he's going back on what he said, not really, And like I said, we don't know how those old contracts were worded. We don't know what they're having to go through, you know, or what the tie up is on some of that stuff, even on stuff that was quote under Microsoft, because until this last year, now we have what are we up to 27 different companies or whatever it is. Before that, we had 3, so and then there's all this talk about making it so games are, I forget the term they're using now, so that some of those older games are going to be able to come up without them being really involved. He's trying to change some of the laws or whatever, which is cool. I mean, so there we go. I didn't really watch the show a whole lot. I'm watching it kind of now. I do like the fact that they've kind of gone through Xbox's history for those that weren't around back then, because it really has come a long way. So I'm more excited about what's to come. It would be interesting, like they're showing this thing here, that I want to watch the story of Xbox. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to go a little more in depth. That should be interesting to watch for me, because most of us were alive back then, but a lot of you were in your teens or younger, whereas I was already 30. Shut up, everybody. So so I mean that's a slight difference. I'm coming at it from I was already deep into gaming. I was an adult. I got in. That's probably why I didn't dive into I dove into other games more than I dove into Halo at launch. By the way, I did like the Rock's thing when he came out and he pointed out that back then he had hair and he wore sunglasses inside, and stuff like that. That was fun.
And thank God he didn't bring back the fanny pack.
Yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, I'm just excited for what's to come. It's kind of what I expected. I actually it was a little bit of what I kind of expected earlier in the year. Where Xbox has been and where they're going. It's more of a retrospective more than a big wow, look what we're doing, until the very end when they announced the multiplayer thing going to its final beta process, basically open beta, which is very cool. And I'm enjoying it for what little bits I'm playing. I've still been playing Forza. I'm sorry, I'm kind of hooked on Forza. It's my crack right now. So but this weekend I'll be playing a lot of Halo. but I'm looking forward to Halo, and I'm looking forward for the next couple of months. So, who you calling out, old man? I will hurt you. I will take my cane and beat the crap out. No.
I was 17
when the original Xbox came out.
when the OG came out. Yep. I was kind of upset that they weren't able. You know, the thing that kind of confused me. I know that Phil Spencer talked about game preservation, and you know, obviously, no one is doing it like Xbox, either by choice or by technical constraints, whatever you want to call it. But the one thing that confused me was not all Microsoft Studio games made the backward compatibility list.
Right.
Yep.
And that's the one thing that kind of confuses me when they talk about legal and technical constraints. I don't see the legal problem when it comes to Microsoft Studio games from the original Xbox. So I'm kind of interested.
Again, that could come down to wording in some of the contracts and how the contracts are written. You know, those contracts weren't written with this kind of technology in mind, so there actually may be limitations in the wording of the contracts themselves.
It's true.
That they would have to go back and overcome.
I will take that answer because I do not have anything to rebuttal.
Right.
So I will need to do obviously research and all that. But
and we may never know. Everybody says, well, they should tell us why. Not really. Not unless you're a board member and you hold a shitload of stock, or sorry, you know, and go.
Right. I'm not
Yeah.
like feeling like, you know, I'm an Xbox owner and I demand. No, it is what it is. But I'm just saying.
By the way, for everybody to know, I was actually 34 going on 35 when the original Xbox launched because I'm about to be 55. So next month, as a matter of fact. So for those that want to give me a birthday present, there you go. And Christmas, yeah.
There you go.
You know, I still have two of the original OG Xboxes. I mean, they don't work right.
I got one.
Did you hack them? Did you? Were you one of those?
You know, I can't talk about some of these things. So
all you did was just void the warranty.
Yeah.
Guys, to go. Lemon just dropped $5. Thanks, Lemon.
Thank you, Lemon. He says, "Hey, panel, I have a question for clowns." Oh, thanks, Lemon. Did Phil save Xbox? Now, absolutely, and I'll tell you why. Phil, when Don Matrick was in charge of Xbox, Donnie D, whatever they call him, I don't forget what they call him now, but he didn't really think at the end of the generation the brand was going to do well, and there were talks that he was going to try and sell off the Xbox division. Those were rumors with Donnie D. I have no way to confirm if that's true or not. However, I know that there's been some iffiness with Donnie D and the Xbox legacy, but when Phil came in, he came into a hurdle because Xbox was at its worst. It had the worst launch in 2013. It had the Kinect bundled with it, which people didn't want. It was priced higher than its competition, and it delivered a little bit less than its competition. And Phil came in and he was like, I'm sure he said this. I'm sure he went to Mr. Nadella and he was like, listen, it's time to give me a shot and save this thing. Let's see what I can do. And that whole time period is when he started thinking of what fans wanted, like backwards compatibility, started thinking about cloud streaming. He started thinking about being like the Netflix of games, but loading it actually on the console due to bandwidth constraints so that people didn't have to stream through the cloud. And he let the teams go off with their ideas and come back to him over time. And also the Xbox One X, the Scorpion Edition. That was his pride and joy. That was the saving grace, in my belief, for Xbox, because they came out with a powerhouse. They came out And they're like, listen, we have the most powerful console, the Xbox One X. And then, PlayStation kind of did their mid-gen refresh. And then Xbox went back to development, and they're like, we have the world's most powerful console, the Xbox Series X. And we have its little brother, the Xbox Series S. And I think that was just fantastic. So I truly believe that with Phil's leadership and his leniency on the teams and research and development, it allowed the teams to go further into Microsoft's wallet and go further into Xbox research and design and try to come up with ideas and see what worked and see what didn't work. While Phil managed the company day-to-day operations, the teams were hard at work. And we've also seen under Phil's leadership a more inclusive Xbox. We've seen more accessibility in their designs, in their games. We've seen more friendliness in the community and stricter things on Xbox Live or reporting functions. And programs got better, like Xbox ambassadors. So I think that with Phil, he's a diehard gamer inside, and I think he made a lot of internal changes to be more proactive. And then we've seen other companies follow suit. We've seen PlayStation started picking up with accessibility, trying to make their games better with Naughty Dog and Last of Us Part 2. And we've just seen that spiral, all that friendliness and inclusiveness just spiraling. So I would say yes, Lemon. And that's my long-winded speech on that. Anybody have any thoughts on this?
I think you said it perfectly. I
Yeah.
mean, that's perfect what it was. I mean, and especially now the Series X and the Series S, just the Series consoles in general is just one of the best generations we have. I think it could even topple the 360, to be honest, in my book. But that's my opinion, of course. I never had the 360, but in my book, it's the best generation Xbox has ever have. We start strong and only going up and up. Yeah.
I do think Game
Okay.
Pass was the idea that kept Satya from cutting the cord. I do think they wanted that some type of reimbursing income. That reoccurring, and and obviously they're selling Game Pass in the right way because they obviously have money to burn when it comes to all these 1 month deals, 2 year deals, and all that stuff. So, but that a company has faith in you when they're willing to start to eat a little money before something starts taking off. So Phil did a great job selling what he had to sell, and obviously we're happy for it. We're happier customers for it.
Yep. They've gotten really good at looking at long term gains instead of short term gains. Okay, at first it may not give us a kickback, but later on down the road, all that's going to come back in spades, which is a lot of companies have trouble with that. They start something, it doesn't immediately pay off, and so they scrap it. Xbox was willing to take a chance, and it
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah,
So
I think so too. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I think that when it comes to Phil Spencer, I think he's an all-around nice guy. He's very friendly. He's very clean, and he's very welcoming of the community. He's very against, toxicity, and he kind of wants to change it so that anybody can sit there and play a game, whether it's a 3-year-old picking up a controller for the first time and maybe enter an Xbox party chat with their parents and never hearing a curse word or something bad. I think he just wants to make it friendly for everybody. And that's how I feel about Phil. And one thing that I think that got fans really excited is, let's talk about Halo, man. Like, Halo dropped on the 15th. Yes, it's in beta. yes, they are working on fixing the battle pass and the season pass, whatever you want to call it, but that was a huge surprise. That was a nice surprise for a lot of fans. I'm not the biggest Halo fan in the world, I will say that, and I do think that part of it feels a little bit old to me, but I know there's a lot of people having fun with it, and it's got its ranked, it's got its casual modes. Flamish, let me go to you since you're now the PC expert on Halo on this panel, with your mouse and keyboard. Uh, what
Uh,
what are your thoughts on this, buddy?
Well, I think first of all, let's say it's still a beta. So if there's any problems like with the beta pass that are getting fixed, the game is not out yet. It's a beta, so don't think too much of it. Wait till the game launches on December 6th. But they probably still have to tweak a few stuff, right? Let's say that first. But yeah, I was really hopeful that they were gonna do that because it was like leaked and people were saying about it like a couple of days already. I was like, oh my god, just imagine that it really comes out on the 20th anniversary of Xbox and Halo, because yeah, they came out the same day. It would be awesome, right? I mean, and seeing that little concert we saw as well, that's on the show, was awesome. We got you hyped, and then just the build up was so nice. And then yeah, we got the announcement, and it's like, oh shit. I mean, sorry. Yeah, it was just amazing. And then me and Lemon were on his show. We were doing the stuff, and we were like, "Oh, we need to get on the Xbox. We need to play this stuff." you know. We were all so excited, and it's happy to see that there's almost no issues with connectivity. I think a lot of people have played the game so far, and there's almost no issues in like server wise. I don't see any hitches, disconnects. Only on PC, a couple of troubles here and there, but overall the game's so smooth, so good, and yeah, I don't see a bad thing, except the stuff they still need to tweak, of course. And shout out to Graphic God for these nice um, Halo 20th anniversary pictures behind me. I'll actually go so you can see all five. Klaus, if you want to put them on the big screen for one more time.
I don't have them ready to load
No,
into Restream because
you can put
Restream's a little bit
me
different.
put me on the big screen for a second, so they can all see them in big.
You want me to put you on the big screen?
Yeah, so they can see those pictures one more time.
All right, hold on. I gotta do some.
I'm just having to figure out how it works.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. So look at all this awesome graphic god design. He's giving it for free. He is giving it to everybody for free. He's not charging anybody anything, and it's linked on his OneDrive. We linked it on Daily Game Bites, and if you guys want these avatars, you want to put them on your social profiles. Look how beautiful these are. I mean, the color schemes, the fades. Graphic god, I'm just making up terms as I go along because I don't know the artistic terms, but the shading just crosses well. The blues and the purples on the background. It's just, it looks so good. It does. It really does. And it's free. He's giving it for free, guys. Not charging anybody. Not a dime. Tell me that is awesome.
Yep.
Gradients. That's the word I was looking for, graphic god. I'm glad I taught you that word, gradients. Thank you for reminding me.
Yep.
That's funny.
But amazing. I mean, all the stuff we saw in general. Yeah, exactly what I wanted to see, and a little bit more. I mean, there's some stuff announced that I didn't expect. So,
Yep.
who that's not a Microsoft fan or Xbox fan in general is not gonna watch that 6 part episode of how they created Xbox and the console, basically.
Well, well, even those that aren't fans of Microsoft in general may be interested in the history of it anyway. So
Yeah.
a lot more people are going to watch it than you may think.
Yeah. I mean, that's a surprise. Nobody knew that was in the works. I didn't saw any leaks or that or
No, I didn't
anything
see that
like
at
it.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. We know the Halo show is coming next year. We did know that before, but I mean, just the love and the care that was put into that show in general was so beautiful to see. And I hope when PlayStation rolls around with their next anniversary, that they do something as well. That's as this that we have both platforms giving all the love back to the people that support them.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens there. I am excited for that as well to see if they will do the same.
Anybody else want to chime in and comment on this?
Nope. I'm just doing something real quick so you can also see what Jay will do if you will actually, beyond the free stuff, you can actually have Jay do stuff for you. And give me a second and I will. And if I get my head out of the way, you can see he took the one that he did for me before and he did that. I think you can give me a second. Yeah, see it behind my head? He put that Halo thing on my avatar. So.
Oh yeah, let me bring that up.
I can't really change. Well, I can. Hang on. Let me get rid of me real quick. That'll do it. There you go.
That is Paul's avatar. He's now when he decides to run you out of the way, you won't even know who he is because he's got his helmet on.
I got my crash helmet on, man.
That's awesome, man. I love that so much. That's cool.
Yep.
But does Graphic J just always does a wonderful job. I mean, I can wait for what happens when it is 25 years to see what he comes up with.
Yeah. That's right.
Well, Midway, have you had a chance to play Halo? Midway? Did we lose him?
Did we lose Midway again?
Paul, have you tried Halo yet?
Oh yeah, I played it the first day. I had it up and running. We were in the same party, Flamish, when you were trying to get it to work on your PC. Then why are you asking me if I played it if you know I played it?
For the people in the chat, of course. Paul, you have to inform the people. I know, but the peeps in the chat don't know. You need to inform them. How was your experience?
It was a lot like the flight. It seemed to work pretty flawlessly for me. I know there were some connectivity issues with the PC that they've been working on. I think they may have gotten fixed now. But yeah, from the console standpoint, it was flawless. And they're working on, like I said, the battle pass or the game pass or whatever they call it. They're working on that as well, and they're tweaking it after they're getting feedback from the public about what works and what doesn't. That for those that are just doing a single fight, they weren't getting experience toward the battle pass. So they're fixing that so you can now do single fights and get the experience towards your battle pass stuff. So they are listening to the people, which is the purpose of this last open beta. They want everybody's input. They want to make it the game that we want to see. Not a lot of companies will go through this process to make it the way we want it to be, as best as they can. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the campaign more than because we know how bad I am at multiplayer. So so that just is what it is.
It's only 17 days away, people.
Yep.
17 days away before the campaign.
Yep.
That's not that long. Or 18 days. I don't know. Wait. Yeah.
So
only 16 days.
All right, so I'm gonna say some stuff on this because I know PK is not here, and PK made some comments about this. Now I know some people may not be exactly on the same page as PK on this, but PK's. Let me tell you something. PK loves Halo. He says he loves Halo, and he is just a little sad that he feels like that the game did not advance the way he wanted it to advance. He feels like he's playing a nostalgic game, and that yeah, Flamish heard it. So he just wished that it was more advanced. I mean, he likes the game and he thinks it's okay, but in his opinion, he didn't really think that it stood out and is like a modern day shooter. And he compared it to Destiny 2's gunplay and said it just wasn't up to par compared to Destiny 2. Now, when I look at Halo, I'm having fun with Halo Infinite and the multiplayer. I'm having fun in the ranked matches, and I'm having fun with Flamish. I do get frustrated sometimes. I'm not going to lie. There are times where I get very frustrated. It feels like to me they decrease the time to kill. I could be wrong, but it feels like that. And now I'm just getting killed left and right. And it kind of takes a little bit of mind drum in a way because I feel like I'm not as good as I was when it first came out. And it could be that we're playing on crossplay with a lot of keyboard and mouse players like Flamish who are just zooming their mouse in on you and destroying you.
Or you're
That
just
could be
getting
some of the
old,
reason.
or you're just getting old. You know.
I mean, that could be true too, Paul. Yes. Like maybe my reflexes are slowed down. And a while ago when my arthritis was really bad, I wanted to get an accessibility controller, and I couldn't afford it at the time. And Doc was supposed to send me one, but I never got one. But anyway, I was always hoping to have one because there are days where I feel like I just can't move my hands fast enough. Whereas if I had like the thing on the floor, I could use my foot to shoot or something, and I'd be a lot faster because it's my arms that get affected a lot more, especially when I play. And no, playing fun with Flamish show is not a good idea, Jay. I'm telling you right now, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a bad
And
idea.
everybody would have to get a pink neck pillow, and he would sign
Yay!
one. He would sign one for you and send it to you. Oh, nice!
I
Perfect
do make that
time.
sound when I have the pillow behind me. It's like, it is a nice feeling, comfy, especially when you're playing games. I think I will always use an X pillow.
A boot pedal to, yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea, Jay. That would be a good idea, especially when I have trouble. But I'd have to get the accessibility controller first to try it out and see if it makes a difference for me. I hope it would, but yeah. So I mean, that's my opinion on Halo Infinite. I think it serves a purpose for its fans, and that's what it's there for. That's exactly what it's supposed to do for its fans. It's nostalgic. It plays well. It does it right. Am I right, Flamish? For Halo fans, you think I said it perfect?
Well, yeah. I have not played too many other Halo games because that was before my time. Not really have been that much of an Xbox gamer before Xbox One X. Dabbled into it with the community game as we had, but yeah. Besides that, I can see that it is maybe a little bit quicker. It feels really fast paced, which I like because I like more Call of Duty fast paced games. It's still different. Like you have your shield, you have to duck a little bit or stay away if your shield is down or you get killed easily. But what I read online, and this is a really good thing, clowns. I'm reading the forums online, right? And one person is like, okay, it feels a little bit too fast, but the focus in the previous Halo games were about precision weapons, right? That
Mm-hmm.
was where you get the most kills with. In this game, it still feels like you can kill with every weapon. So it feels a little bit more balanced with all the weapons. And that's maybe what it's about, clowns. That's maybe why it feels a little bit faster. Because you can kill with every weapon instead of just using precision weapons now. So that's maybe a good thing because now we can experiment with different weapons. Like the Disruptor is a cool weapon. That's like a TST. You put off 3 shots and they have 10 seconds. They can't recharge the shields. You put them 6 shots in, he will die slowly. So yeah, there are some funky guns in there as well. I do want to see. It's cool. I do love it. I do love it.
Shout out to Paris in the chat. He's played a lot of Halo lately, and I see him posting pictures. He's getting quite better at Halo, and
Right, better. Good.
yes, and I could see him and Flamish just destroying and wrecking people together in Halo. I'm not as good as Flamish anymore since he went on PC. He is all about that PC Master Race Halo in your face.
No, I don't call mouse race. I just like my twitchy shooters more with my mouse. I want more control. I don't feel like I can turn around quickly enough when I'm on console. I need that quick access to look behind me, to go sideways and push 3 buttons at the same time. I don't know. Also, I got a very nice keyboard, so it clicks nice, and I like the feeling of my keyboard that I have from Razer. So maybe it's a little bit of a thing that I have, but yeah, I like it more on PC. I'm glad I can do that though. What company lets you play on different platforms? The same game, which is free to play as well. There are not many games that do that, clowns. I mean, it's just cool that your progression goes over. Like I can just play wherever I want. I can play on console. I can play on PC. It's awesome. It's a Game Pass everywhere.
Absolutely. Midway, have you returned yet? I don't know if your mic's muted or if your connection is gone bad.
No.
He still seems to be in the group. He's just not talking. Yeah.
I wonder if he's having connection issues.
So what's next subject, clowns? What we're talking about next?
Well, again, I just wanted to point out, in case any new people are listening, because we have almost 200 viewers, it looks like, watching. So we are now affiliated with ExpressVPN. Now, what that does is a VPN protects your privacy and security when you connect to it. It's like an encrypted tunnel. So if you're at the airport, you're at McDonald's, Starbucks, etc., and there, people with their laptops open, they can't sniff your traffic because you're going through an enclosed tunnel. It's encrypted, and ExpressVPN does that for you. So check it out. You get a special discount through 4GQ TV. So you buy 12 months, you get 3 months free. Which is just a fantastic deal. Anybody that knows the cost of VPNs is it's just fantastic. And Stinger says Uncle Roger approves of ExpressVPN too. Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm giving a thumbs up to Uncle Roger, whoever he is and wherever he is. He sounds like an awesome guy. So, Flamish, any other topics in the news that you would like to bring up? I mean, any games coming out that were exciting to you? Anything you want to tell 206 viewers that are watching us right now?
Well,
Midway's back.
Midway's back. Midway.
Midway.
Welcome back.
I gave you a Twitter message. I hope you saw it.
Oh no, I didn't.
Let me check.
It's a specifically to Clown's DM. I thought he would see it.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to walk. The dog was whining. I had to walk him.
Oh.
Damn dog.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
So, what I miss?
You missed the Halo topic.
Thank you for joining us today, everybody. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
You want some laughter with that? Yeah, you trying to be funny, huh? Funny guy over there. Funny guy.
Well, I know we can talk about
that's the only laugh he gets, and it's from digital people.
No.
You're
That's
awesome,
it, huh?
Cerebral. You're awesome.
So
Did we talk about
there's
the Activision stuff?
yeah, sure, we can touch on it.
That's
can
what I
touch
want
on
to.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I first want to say something positive before we go into the negative stuff a little bit. There is a
Okay.
sale going on Activision Blizzard right now. So if you want an awesome game like let's see, what was the game? Crash Bandicoot 4, you can get it halfway, like 20% off and other stuff. So yeah, why not?
It's a buyer's market with Activision right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh
I,
yeah.
I, w-
I
I
don't like
will
that
lead
negative
us.
stuff.
I will lead us into this topic in a more positive way. Okay, so as you know, it's all over the news. There's no hiding it. It's everywhere. Okay, so it's very public news. It's nothing negative that we're trying to bring up, but it's going to come across many podcasts and many magazines. Bobby Kotick at Activision Blizzard has been accused of some things, and the shareholders have asked him to, step down. The accusations, I don't know how how true they are. People in the industry might know, but the press hasn't really. It's the press, They get a topic, they run with it. People want him to step down, and Jim Ryan from PlayStation expressed some concerns as well, and is reevaluating their friendship with Activision and Blizzard. Phil also made a public comment as well that he is concerned as far as what may have been going on or what might be going on. But again, they are outsiders to this whole issue. Whatever happened with Bobby Kotick and the way Activision Blizzard used to run themselves, and the shareholders asked them to step down, I think that
Let me
the
correct that real quick. Some of the shareholders
sure.
have asked them to step down. The executive board has said they're not going to at this time.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's more than 100 employees, like hundreds of employees
500,
have also
500 have signed a petition to get him to step down.
petition
So,
to.
some of the shareholders have asked him to, or they want him to, but the executive board itself has said at this time they're going to back him and think that he can continue to lead the company in a positive way. And he has
Which
said
is sad.
that he's willing to work with the whatever. So and these are all statements that are in the press. This isn't me making stuff up. This is all stuff that's been reported, quotes from him and from them. So yeah, it to me. I mean, if you want to continue, because I have some stuff to say about that, but you know,
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? I mean, there's always two sides to a story,
right,
and somewhere in the middle is the truth. And
right.
whatever the truth is, I hope the truth does come out. I hope in the situation, whatever the right decision is the right decision that he makes, and that's all that we could really ask for from the outside looking in, because we weren't there. So we really, again, and I'm not one to speculate or say, hey, let's. I don't believe in a lot of the cancer culture stuff unless
No,
there's actual direct evidence.
right. For me, the big picture is vote of no confidence. If his staff, if his company is not comfortable working underneath him, they will, the company will suffer for it. And so he should be looking at that as well, not just, buckling his feet down and saying, I'm not going anywhere, because people aren't going to want to work with him or for him if there's any truth to it, or if they believe there's any truth to it. And he's going, no, 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 I'm going to stay. That includes some board members are going to go, we're out, and this could end up, if this starts hurting the stock, then the board will go, maybe we need to do something, you know, because public perception right now is very negative, very
I,
negative.
I think something will happen. And here's why. There's also a rumor that it is affecting the relationship with Xbox. I'm not going to go too much into it, but yeah, I think it will influence many things soon to come, especially when it comes to games of Blizzard, Activision Blizzard.
Remember, it's actually 3 companies: Activision, Blizzard, and King. Now, for those who are been dead for the last 10 years, King is the company behind
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. So it affects them as well. So it's Activision, Blizzard, and King. All 3 of the companies are linked together in all of this mess. So, like I said, it's going to come down to, it may come down to when the board finally says, "Hey, we're losing too much money on this." When the stocks start to end, they're going to go, "You got to step down. We got to make changes. We got to do something." Because right now, in backing him right now, it looks like they don't care. Because some of the accusations aren't that these things happened. We already know from previous reports that a lot of this stuff went down. The question is now, how much did he know and how much did he ignore is what it's coming down to. How much
We'll
was he
never know.
complicit in? Right. But that's what current question is. We know about, the Cosby room at the hotel and all that other crap. We know that stuff is real. We know that happened. So now it's coming down to, is he to be held accountable for that? Was he aware and did nothing about it? That kind of stuff is what it's coming down to at this point. So
I just think morale at that company is so low that it will affect the games. It is affecting the games as we see, and I don't think that's.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of delay. There's going to be a lot of delays and stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Because
So
yeah. Well, go ahead.
Here's the thing. I'm curious about, and I'm wondering if anybody wants to put in their 2 cents on this. Now, it's great to see that we've got 2 major gaming companies re-evaluating their relationship: Xbox and PlayStation. You almost believe Xbox because of how transparent they've been. How can you believe anything that comes out of Jim Ryan's mouth? Now, the problem is that Activision, obviously with the Call of Duties, and Blizzard with, I'm sorry, what the Diablos, right? So I mean, like, they are money makers, So obviously, what would happen if, let's say tomorrow Phil Spencer says, as long as he's head of Activision, Blizzard, and King, that we don't want to do business with him. Would that ever happen? I don't think it would ever happen. There's just too much money there. And I believe Jim Ryan is waiting for one of them to blink, to go the opposite direction. Like, hey, they believe he can turn things around. We believe that too. So what does everyone on the panel think about this reevaluation that they are hinting at?
I think it's too hard to speculate right now because there's not enough evidence. To be honest with you, I think we need to see something more solid and more concrete. I know that both execs expressed some concern, but I'm sure they have their own ways of looking into it, because the video game industry, or not, I shouldn't call it the video game industry. I should call it the entertainment industry, because that's a proper term. But they kind of know within themselves, and they can kind of take a peek at each other and see what's going on, and make those kind of decisions. So I know I'm talking around the subject because it's kind of hard. And I just don't have the answer. I wish we did have a solid answer, guys, but we don't.
I don't think that they would ever cut ties over this. I'm sorry. It's just, it would be bad business on their part to do so. They won't cut ties. They aren't going to say, well, we're not going to sell your products, because why would you hurt the entire company and hurt the employees who are, faultless in all of this, and maybe cost them their jobs because you don't think this guy should be in charge? That's not looking at the big picture. the other thing is we already know, and it's come up in some of the articles. I think it did with the one with Phil, that we know that the Phil has already, they've been trying to work on the toxicity within Microsoft and whatever over the last bunch of years. You know, he's tried to make it a very non-toxic, very welcoming community. So yeah, I think sometimes they may be looking at some of that as well internally, going, "Are we on top of our game, so that we're not in this position at some point in the future?" You know, and I think I don't know enough about Sony's inner workings to say, but I think Microsoft has been working to steer away from that already, so they're already on top of that. So I think they can say, yeah, they need to work on this, but I don't think they're going to go, oh, we're not going to carry Call of Duty, or we're not going to carry whatever game out of this company until you guys clean house, because they would be hurting themselves, and not just hurting the company, but hurting the employees of that company. So that would be, let's see, to get historic, that would be, lashing out at windmills like Don Quixote did. It's like it wouldn't accomplish anything.
Yeah.
So that's
And
my view.
and
Well,
also, don't forget, there's a lot of gamers that love those games. So keeping away from the gamers gonna make your
Well,
people
yeah, but
mad, even if it is for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Most gamers just want a game. Like, they don't want to think about all this political stuff. There are people who care. I'm one of them, but I just don't like to talk about it in general. I think it's always very awkward for me because I like to keep it positive. I'm Mr.
Well,
Positive.
yeah. You before we started this conversation, the first thing you said is, "Hey, these games are on sale. Go pick these up." So so yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
I know Flamish wanted to talk about it though, because he mentioned it, and he was like, I want to talk about just a little bit, but not too much, just a little bit."
so
Yeah, he did say
but
that.
on a business aspect, do you think that because they're keeping him, that executive board is kind of showing an arrogance because, hey, we're going to keep him on, he's been making us money, they're going to buy our product anyway. And then
No.
on the other hand, when you say that publicly that you are reevaluating the relationship, that almost feels like a threat.
No,
Like
I don't.
now we have to look into you guys. Like now we have to see if you guys are what's the word I'm looking for? Not innocent. I don't know, like something to say. Hey, you're okay to do business with in the future.
Well, I'm gonna say my piece on this, Flamish. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I think
I'm done after this.
Oh, no problem. I think when they say reevaluate, I think they mean they kind of want to look into it more, get the facts, see what the story is, and then make decisions in the future that, because a lot of times with like games like Call of Duty, there's always exclusive skins, time, content, things like that. So if they think there's anything erroneous or something suspicious, I think that they would reevaluate those kind of deals, right? As far as the board being arrogant if they don't kick them, I don't think that's the case, because I think the board is going to have to listen to all sides of the story. I don't think they have a choice, because what they say in America is you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So this is really hard, because this is more like accusation with no official government looking into it. So
And like I said, the board's
difficult.
going to end up looking into their wallet more than anything. They're watching. They want to see what the stock does. I'm sorry, but that's what it's going to come down to, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not. I don't feel it's not really arrogance. I think
Now,
that's too much speculation
real quick,
in the first place.
if I was an affected employee and the board went, we're going to stick with this guy, I would feel a little betrayed.
Of course,
they
I'd be
really
looking
don't
for
care
another
about what's
job.
going. Yeah,
of course, but also I think it's not that easy to just I mean, in my opinion, I don't know how it works. Of course, I just, in my mind, I think it's not easy to just replace someone easily, and to see maybe they're just also looking at who's the best candidate to take over and all that stuff. That could also be the thing why they hesitant to do this. Maybe they haven't found the right candidate yet. Could also be a thing. I don't know what's going on over there. I hope it gets solved quickly. That's all I'm saying. I
I
said it
think,
last time with the other stuff as well.
we'll keep our eyes peeled to the news. If we hear anything, we'll probably post in the group DM and then probably talk about it more, with more
Oh,
solid information.
yes, or on
But
4G Good TV on our new show, the Game
d-
Bites.
yeah, where you get 20 minutes or less bites of the news. But I do want to talk about something very positive for everybody, for all the gamers out there. Console streaming, everybody. Streaming, cloud streaming on the console. I know some people in the alpha may have experienced it before, I believe, but Midway, have you tried it out yet?
I apologize. What was the game?
The cloud option on
Oh,
the dashboard.
I have not, but see, that's what stinks. Like I'm at work, and my work requires me to basically be attentive, like like the whole time. So I was actually this close to bringing in my controller and playing
Oh,
something off the cloud. Like if you look at my finger and my thumb, they're like really close together right now. Just imagine that. Okay, so just imagine that. It was really close. I obviously, with the cloud option, it is something that I like to dabble in, but as of right now, I do not have um, a means or a necessity to do so. But I think it is an amazing option. I've actually thought about um, buying a weaker Xbox and put it in my room to use the cloud option. Like I would like to try it like that, like the weaker Xbox, whatever. So obviously right now on Amazon they're still selling them like they're Series X's, so it's gonna be a little bit, um, but but yeah. So I mean, I think it's an awesome option, and it is a very exciting um time to have that option because when I saw that on it was one of those Xbox videos. When I saw that, I was like, oh darn, like wow. So like yeah, so I'm really excited to see how many people, and if there's a way that they can kind of have a user count to see how many people actually do it, and if they want to start doing that, because obviously they could probably be accurate in their numbers, because who else does that?
yeah.
Anybody?
I don't think
So
anybody else doesn't like Xbox.
yeah, baby. So yeah, so just it's yeah, exciting time. I'll definitely be interested in using it in the future.
I have to say, I got no phone. I got upgraded internet. Now I downloaded 700 megabytes a second on console. So I'm going to try console streaming again and see how it goes on my new phone because it's an upgrade version. It's not an A50, it's now the A52. So I want to see how that goes. And I'll tell you more next week. I'll check it out.
So I want to read you guys a little bit of a press release that was posted yesterday from Catherine Gluckstein. Hopefully, I said her name correctly. And sorry if you can hear my dog. He is going a little crazy back there.
Where's the noise cancellation, clowns?
I know it's not working. It's not my fault.
We put up with Jay's dog every week. We can put up with yours. Yeah.
Okay, it's calmed down now. It's because pizza was delivered, hopefully with no pineapples. But so Catherine Gluckstein did a little article on the Xbox Wire, and it was basically the gist of the article is the console kind of streaming. So today you can play Game Pass games from the cloud on your Xbox console. We're excited that Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta is now available on Xbox One and Xbox Series XS consoles with the Game Pass Ultimate subscription, which is huge because this goes to the Xbox console, right? So you're talking about the iteration of the generation. And this capability will initially roll out with November releases to a subset of Xbox gamers and scale to all gamers in supported markets over the coming weeks. And we know from you that you want to find and try Xbox Game Pass games before you install them. I mean, that makes sense, right? Sometimes you don't want to download a big game. Sometimes you just want to play it from the cloud and see if you like it. And if you don't, you move on to the next thing, unless you really like it. So it gives you a way to discover and try lots of different titles quickly from the cloud, which I think is fantastic. What are your thoughts on this?
By the way, real quick, I just realized something, remembered something. When they talked about the show the other day, and they mentioned accessibility, one of the first things they mentioned is something that I said, and I think they got it from me because I hadn't said it before, was that xCloud, or not xCloud, but Game Pass is part of the accessibility suite. That it actually feeds into the accessibility side because you can try a game before you really get into it. So I want I said that first. They listened to me. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there.
We can say that too.
I said it on every podcast I was on, and I said it during the accessibility thing I did on the Xbox Ambassador channel. So I know they heard what I said there. So,
Clip it and
anyway.
send it.
Oh, shut up. You can go watch the YouTube. Go watch the 2-hour YouTube. You figure it out.
Don't make me work.
Anyway, no, I'm not done. I'm going to speak to this little topic here. As PK would say, now I'm going to show off. I am on the alpha ring for both the console and the PC, so I've had access to this stuff for a little over a month or so. So, yeah, it works very well. It really does. I was able, even though my PC has a limited graphics card for Forza, I streamed it. I uninstalled it from my PC and streamed it from the cloud. It was almost flawless. And I've done the same with the console as well. So, yeah, if you have good internet and you're in an area that it's covered well, streaming to the console instead of downloading, it also helps you override that I don't have space for this new game aspect, as well as just trying it. Instead of having to install something the size of Call of Duty, I don't know how well it's going to work for a shooter, but for other games, it'll allow you to be a little more flexible with what you have in there and what you don't. Yeah. So there you go.
The
Flamish, you can go now. Oh,
I'm sorry. I just have a question real quick. The streaming it's based off the hardware of the console. Am I correct?
No.
If you have an Xbox One, you're only going to get a max of 1080 30, right?
Well, yeah, it's gonna.
Well,
it's gonna
no,
max,
because
it's gonna max out. It's gonna max out on what your output is. So yeah, if you're set for that, that's the way you're gonna max out, because it's still not gonna be able to output 4K if it doesn't do 4K. So or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, in that sense, you're limited, but at the same time, like when I stream it compared to when it's on my PC, I'm not directly using the assets of my graphics card to do so. So I'm actually being able to push it a little more fluidly through it. It's not warning me all the time about dropped frames and stuff or whatever. It's actually just flowing nicely. And yeah, I noticed a little bit of a difference when I was driving, but nothing major where I go, oh my God, this is unplayable. So, of course, I'm not as picky as some people. So,
yeah. Well, what I want to.
I'm sorry, Flamish, go ahead.
What I want to say about console streaming and all that stuff, right? First of all, Paris is right. Just having a game now with your friends who doesn't have a game installed is awesome if you can just stream it from the cloud, basically on your console or on PC or on everywhere basically, right? But besides that, just the the thing you have when you stream a game being to just test it out for 15 minutes, see if you like it. I think that's powerful. I think it's also cool that I don't know if this is true. I have to test. I cannot test it because I don't have the all consoles. But will you be able to play Series X games like the Medium on your Xbox One now? Because that is
Yes.
Xbox Series exclusive.
Yeah.
So
No, you'll be able to stream it. If it's in the cloud set, you'll be able to stream it.
yeah, so that's perfect. I mean, that's exactly like you don't even need to upgrade immediately to play those
Right.
games that are coming out on the Series consoles alone. Now you can play
No.
them on your one with just console streaming. So
Right,
I think it's a
because
huge boon.
remember the back end of that is still using Series X blades. Okay, so
Yeah.
the game itself is being run on a Series X. You're just viewing it through a Xbox One X or whatever. So yeah.
So if your Xbox, it's basically like, for lack of a better term, emulating off the Series X blades.
Yeah.
And if your TV is 4K, will that be a 4K game then?
I do not
Yes.
think so.
No.
No, I don't think so because I don't know. That would be interesting to test.
If
And
it's,
Yeah.
I think it's an Xbox One who doesn't support 4K. It's not going to support 4K, but
right.
I don't think we have a clear answer on this. To be honest, I think that
Also, remember the higher you push it, the more bandwidth it's going to take, and the faster it's going to have to keep cranking it out too. So
Right.
Mhm.
Exciting time.
yeah.
yeah. So like
Um,
Jay,
something I want to say is that Timmy in the chat, he says, and I'm gonna this makes me laugh a little bit. He says, "How about a pizza with banana and cinnamon? Is a very popular choice in Brazil." Well, Timmy,
Oh,
I'm glad you brought up Brazil because you know why? You know why? This feature has launched in Brazil and 25 regions total. So people in Brazil can enjoy this Xbox feature, whether
while
they
they eat
eat their
their really
pizza
gross
with,
pizza. Yeah, when they eat
yes,
really gross
whatever pizza they may want to eat, they can enjoy this feature.
what?
Um,
Ah,
What do you mean?
you didn't catch that at all, Flamish?
apparently
What
he
Timmy
didn't catch
typed?
that. Yeah, no.
Okay, so Timmy typed, "How about a pizza with banana and cinnamon? It's a very popular choice in Brazil."
Yeah, but what do you mean with the feature 25?
What
Okay,
they could play, they could stream games to their Xbox while they were eating this crappy pizza.
yes, they can do the Game Pass streaming just like America can and try it out and jump in with their friends. And they launched this feature in 25 regions.
That's awesome.
So I know that we have a lot of viewers, in different regions like the Middle East and as well as, South America and India. So check for this feature. And if you have it, use it, man. It's awesome. It is an awesome feature. I like it. To be honest with you, I play it a lot, and just try it out.
Yep. And if you don't have it yet, don't fret because, like they said, they're pushing it out all through the month of November, which we're only about halfway through. So if you don't have it yet, it may be coming soon to those eligible regions that are getting it.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Brazilians. I yes, you don't have it yet. However, it may be on the way. So stay on the lookout for that while you eat that kind of pizza. And enjoy that pizza. Because that pizza's on the way, not to my house, but to somewhere in Brazil. Jago says still can't play Flight Simulator though. You know what? Let me go back to an article I was reading and see if it's because something about Flight Simulator was mentioned, and I just don't know what it was. Okay, so Jago, I have an answer for you from the official Xbox Wire. We will continue to support this capability and expand our cloud game library to include more next-gen games like Microsoft Flight Simulator in early 2022.
There you go, Jago.
I mean, they were promoting this as, hey, you don't have to get a next gen Xbox right now. While that was one of the things that they were the talking points when they were starting to do this cloud thing. So you would hope that they would start rolling this. I mean, obviously, next gen titles are still on the small side, but yeah, I mean
they probably ran into some technical issues because Flight Simulator, even on a Series X or on a high level PC, is a resource pig. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean it seriously, So they're probably having trouble getting it to perform as well as they'd like it to. So they're working on that.
And that's when they have like the live weather on and everything, right? Or is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The live weather and the live traffic and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by putting it on the console, they were able to fine tune even the PC version to make it run better. So they are finding ways to get everything to be more functional. So
Right.
Somebody wake Carlo up. He fell asleep.
No, I'm here. So sorry to interrupt the show, but I got news on the pizza that was delivered to our house. It was the wrong pizza.
Oh,
nice.
Was it pizza with bananas and cinnamon?
I hope not.
And pineapple.
But my wife did text me to let me know. So the whole Domino's did refund everything under their pizza guarantee. But
yep.
So I wonder if
Domino's.
Yeah, that's what she got tonight because of the show.
Oh. You ever tried their
it is coming.
You ever tried their Twist Bites?
I don't know if I did.
You look on the menu and look up their Twist Bites. Those are good.
Yep. I actually go there for the chicken wings. I'm sorry, but I do.
I know.
Yeah, try the Twist Bites. It's like bread. It's like in a little pretzel twist, but it's like smothered in like garlic sauce. So it's really good.
Yeah, Domino's is just very convenient. They deliver, they make the pizza fast. It doesn't mean it's always great, but it's fast. And by me, there's no real true Italian places. So it's like Domino's or Pizza Hut or Papa John's. And Domino's is like 5 minutes away. I know I'm going to get it in 30 minutes.
Paris Lockhart, you are right. You are right. They actually started adding flavoring to their pizza. So
yeah. Well, when they basically when they redid everything, when they redid their crust, they redid their sauce, and then it started to taste like food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Flamish. I don't know if you have a Domino's in Belgium.
Yes, we do.
Wow. Is it called Domino's?
Yes, it's called Domino's.
Do they make real pizza? Or do they make Belgian pizza, which is probably some weird conglomeration with mayonnaise and shit?
So, they make pizza?
What do you like on your pizza, Flamish?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, let's ask him. Flamish, you're on the spot. You got Jeopardy? You got not Jeopardy music, but you got like any game show quick sounds you could play for a second or two?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, what do you like on your pizza? Let's tell the group
the millionaire song, the millionaire sound or so.
Well, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with the real one, so we gotta come up with a gimmick one. So, Flamish, let's hear it. What do you like on your pizza?
Hold on. I didn't hear a sound.
You want to hear?
I want to hear sound. You said you're going to use the sound. I want to hear sounds.
No, yes, if you have a sound.
Now you have to. I dare you to use it.
Show me Flamish toppings.
That's a good one. So
you're stalling.
What do I like on my pizza, guys? I have to say, it's my favorite pizza of all time is just cheese, mushrooms, and ham. That's it.
Okay.
That's my favorite pizza. I do like also chicken barbecue, like chicken cream. Is also really good, but my favorite pizza is just basically prosciutto with what they call it in
Prosciutto.
Italia, with just some
Prosciutto is
ham.
prosciutto is a fancy word for ham.
Yeah, with ham and champignon, with mushrooms. Yes, those two. That's it. That's all I like. That's my favorite.
That's
Eh?
Yeah,
it.
I like Paris said
Yeah,
he probably likes candy on his pizza.
but I have eaten weird pizzas before. I have eaten pizzas with spinach and egg on
Okay.
top, like really just cooked eggs.
What?
I've eaten a
That's not real
pizza
pizza.
that had. Hold on, clowns. Let me
Can
do.
we get your mother in on the call to correct him?
I've
Okay,
even
can we get-
no with spinach and eggs, just
No.
broken eggs, like a full
no
egg that has
no.
the yellow stuff on top.
No.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yes,
no,
yes,
no.
yes. I
Just
swear that was
no.
in the
Hold on
restaurant.
and no. Hold on and no. Hold on
I've
and no.
also eaten a pizza that had what was it? Oh yeah, a fish pizza with like mussels
This is
and
the
calamari and all
biggest
that stuff.
outrage I've heard.
Seafood.
I've seen clowns
I've
being
No, this is
I've
no.
also
in
eaten a
my
pizza before
year
that's
and 3 months of
the weirdest pizza I can think
podcasting.
of. I actually have in my freezer. I'm gonna get it 1 second.
Oh good. Oh good God.
Oh
You
man.
you got to realize Midway, both me and Clowns are like major Italian, okay? So when he starts doing this weird shit to pizza, we're both like no.
Okay, this is the weirdest.
He's gonna have it
Hold on.
topped with Snoopkins.
Hold on. Let me turn this off for a second. This is the weirdest pizza I've ever eaten that I have in my house at the moment for my girlfriend.
We
That's
can't
actually
see
a
it.
veggie. Oh, hold on.
Oh, there we go. There we
No,
go.
I'm not. Yeah. So this is the
What?
weirdest pizza I've eaten. This is a beetroot base pizza.
Oh,
So
no.
it's not
Oh,
a pizza base with
Oh.
real dough. It's vegetarian only, and you have that in
Ugh.
cauliflower. You have that in beetroot. You have that in
I'm-
spinach
oh, I'm gonna
base as
I'm gonna
well.
puke
And
on
those
stream.
are
I'm
actually not
gonna
bad.
puke on stream. I swear to God.
To the 240 viewers watching right now, what do you think about this pizza? I know we've gotten a little bit off topic of gaming, but come on, man. Look at this pizza.
I think
Hold
our
on, let me-
viewership went up when he was describing his pizzas.
With
Beetroot.
crispy,
Oh,
crispy
good God.
beetroot base.
Oh,
And
Now,
as you
who's
can
it made
see
by?
on the bottom,
Look,
Dr. Utker.
the box even has to tell
Dr.
you.
Octor.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Is that
Utker,
like Dr.
Utker.
Octopus in another language?
Yeah,
'Cause
No, it's called Dr. Utker.
I
Dr.
don't
Utker.
trust Dr. Octor.
Well-
Why does he make food like that?
I'm
He
surprised
does-
that box is
It's
in English.
vegetarian, clowns. It's a vegetarian
And
pizza.
it even has to tell you on the box that yes, it's truly
They have
pizza.
different.
Okay?
They
Yeah.
have different flavors. I have to put it back in the freezer 1 second.
I've never heard of beets on a pizza.
No, then it's not beets on the pizza. It's a beet base, so the crust is no, whole lot of no.
No,
Good God.
no. The dough is based on beetroot.
You're right,
Oh,
Jago.
There's
You're right.
no real dough in there.
No.
It's not based on milk. It's beetroot based, made into a paste.
Oh, Jago, man.
Oh
jeez.
no! Come on, Jago. That's
Your
harsh.
pizza just brought in 278 viewers.
Yeah. Love the
Most of them
viewers.
from Dr. Octopus's building or
I
something.
will find a picture of all the different doctor.
I will never.
We better get that
ever-
sponsor.
Yeah, Dr. Octor, if you're out there, I don't like your pizza, but if you want to sponsor the show, go ahead. We'll let somebody do a live taste test of your pizza in America.
Look at Stinking Corpse. What is wrong with people over there? Yes.
So these are the different days. You have the cauliflower on the left. You have the
Remember
beetroot
he
on this,
remember
and
he's
the
next to
on
France
on the right.
and they eat slugs. So
Well, I will say the cauliflower pizza is not too much out of the ordinary. I've seen that
no.
in America, and the spinach-based pizzas, I've seen that in America. But
The
beetroot,
beetroot, yeah.
I have never seen that in America. And my sister is most of the time a vegan, not all the time, but most of the time. So I'm gonna ask her if she ever tried beetroot pizza, and if she said no, I'm telling you, your pizza's a fraud.
Well, my girlfriend once wanted to have it. I mean, it's not my thing. I'll eat regular pizza. I
Have you
actually
tried this pizza yet?
no, the beetroot I haven't tried yet. The
Oh
the
no, how long does
cauliflower
it
and the
take to
spinach
how long
I
does
did.
it take to cook? We got a while left in the show. I wanna
You want me to cook you right now and put it on the show?
I wanna see you take a bite of this steak on the show, yeah.
It's 2
You
a.m.
better
in the
have it by
morning. I'm
next
not gonna
week,
cook
and we
you
better get a
pizza right
review.
now.
Oh,
I
you're
will
no
ask
fun.
her. I will ask her to if we can eat it this week, and then
Please stick the
I'll put it
candy.
on. I'll put it on. I'll put it in a picture,
In
and
a
then I'll
video.
show it
Yeah.
next week. I'll
There
show
you
it next
go.
week on the show. Yeah, I'll make a
Flamish,
picture. Yes.
do me a favor. Can you go ahead and get your pizza box again and hold it up to the camera so I can screenshot it?
But
He's
it's frozen.
he's gonna make
Let me do that
he's
after the fact that I've eaten
no
it, so it doesn't
no
get frozen.
he's gonna
No,
make an ad. He's gonna make an ad. He wants to make an ad with you.
not right now. Not right now.
Paris says we can do this for a holiday giveaway in December. Maybe make you eat that pizza live on show.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, that could be a thing.
Lemon would tell you to add some mustard to it.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yes,
don't
he
like
would.
mustard though.
Spicy
No,
mustard. He would tell you to add
not
spicy mustard.
spicy. Not spicy. I
He
swear.
would
No.
he would tell you to put some grape poop on your pizza. I mean grape poop on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to the over 300 watching our podcast right now
Oh wow!
about Flamish's beetroot pizza. It's probably scrumptious and yummy, and he will do a review
I will
live
do
So
a
on the
review
podcast
live on the podcast.
next week. I'm putting you on the
no,
spot,
I have a
Flamish.
question. Speaking
No,
of next week,
no.
are we doing a show next week? That's Thanksgiving. So
That's
actually,
Thanksgiving. That's a good question. I think I'm going to be at my mom's for Thanksgiving, but we can always figure it out. If Flamish was willing to eat some weird thing live on stream, we could always do a Thanksgiving fundraiser.
there you go.
Well, if it's for a fundraiser, I'll always do a special. I can get the other two as
When
well.
you
if
dipped your
want.
candy in sriracha sauce.
Never again. That was your fault.
Sriracha sauce. isn't that hot,
My
dude?
banana has never tasted the same anymore.
Guys, that was the best show ever. So Flamish
Yeah.
did a charity stream to raise money, and
my
he
own
said,
channel. Yeah.
if you donate, I will do anything that you ask that's reasonable. And he had hot sauce, sriracha sauce, he had candy, he had bananas. So we
All
kept
us-
donating. We kept donating so he would dip first his candy in the sriracha sauce, and then we donated again so he dips more sriracha sauce, fills up a whole bowl, and dips a lot of candy in there. And then somebody donated and asked him to dip a banana in a sriracha sauce.
Ugh.
And he ate it all, and he said, "Never again."
Made me
And
cry.
it turned out it was like really spicy sriracha sauce. It wasn't like regular sriracha sauce. He bought
No, it
some
was
kind
normal.
of no. You said it
Well,
felt
that's
worse than
I
fair.
regular.
don't like
Yeah.
spicy. I don't eat spicy. I put it on the stream
regular
for the
sriracha is not that
donations.
hot. Regular sriracha is not that hot.
It
So
was for
if
the
you bought
charity.
if you bought the extra fire spicy one, that's
Yeah.
your fault.
It was a Chinese or special letters.
He probably bought one with
yeah,
jalapeno
yeah.
and cilantro and ghost
Yeah, it
pepper in
was.
it.
It was very hot. Like
Yeah.
That's exactly
insane.
what I mean.
You
After a
wanna
while, I
see him
said,
cry, we'll
it's not
we'll
that
make him get
bad.
some ghost pepper. After when you want to see him cry, we'll make him eat some ghost pepper. That'll kill him. That'll kill him. Ghost pepper will make your face go numb for a week.
That
I
wouldn't
think
eat
his
that.
tongue was numb for like a few days afterwards. He said candy didn't taste right. Pretty
No.
sure you did because you were complaining.
The day after, maybe.
Yeah,
I was
because you had
complaining
like
that I
two.
had to dip it in candy though. Never to my
Because
candy.
you, because you had 2 pounds of candy and you couldn't eat it the next day. You were upset about that.
I
So,
remember.
so how about dipping this beetroot pizza in some sriracha sauce?
Yeah.
Clowns. No. I will take the other two. I'm gonna get them. I will put them on the oven one by one because that's only what I can do. In the 2 hour span of the special show we're gonna do at the end of the year, and then I will eat them live on stream. You can check them out. You can give your thoughts about it, and it's gonna be real fun.
That'll be
Cauliflower
fun.
base isn't that bad actually. I've had that.
No.
I've had cauliflower base.
It's
Yeah.
with chicken. It's with chickens. No, not with chicken. That cannot be. I thought it was with chicken, but it's with corn. That
With
was with
corn?
mushrooms. Yeah, that's with mushrooms.
Corn on your pizza? Okay, that's just
Yeah.
weird. That's just weird.
And that's with broccoli and yeah. Hold on, it's on the thing. Top with chicken, cheese, and roasted peppers. That one's with zucchini. That one's with broccoli, mozzarella, and mushrooms.
Guys, on this episode, we have learned what Flamish eats in Belgium. So, Flamish, do you have any other weird things in your freezer or fridge that we should know about?
I can look. Hold on, give me a minute.
So this must not be unusual for him.
No.
So while he looks, anybody catch that new Outriders update?
No, I haven't got a chance to jump in the expansion. I heard it's good.
I heard they've done a lot of good things. You can actually cross, like if you're a Technomancer, you can actually use look like a Devastator, which is actually kind of cool. I like that you can switch up and be whatever style you want to be. Oh God, what is that?
He just
Those are
put up.
waffles.
Can you go back to the escargot that you just held
Oh
up?
yeah, I love snails in some buttery sauce.
What?
Oh,
what's the
with
definitely. I'm not used to that.
It's
I'll
so
tell
good.
you.
Yeah, and some nice buttery like frozen filled waffles that you put in the oven.
Yeah, I've had escargot in a butter based sauce, and it's actually pretty good. I don't know that I eat it frozen, but
I've had escargot as well, and not a fan.
I never had it, so I really can't judge it. I don't think I would ever eat it, just because it's something that I didn't grow up around or I'm used to.
I would think it would be against the law in Belgium to eat frozen waffles. I'm just saying, I would think that would be,
This is real Belgian waffles.
Is that
I was
butter?
wondering what
Or...
the filling was.
That's whipped cream.
So
But
you
that's
guys don't
real
put
Belgian
butter?
waffles. No.
No butter.
No. Sugar
How?
and whipped cream.
How
That's
do you
Belgium.
do it? How do you do it?
You want to see what they look like? Hold on.
This is the most interesting segment of this show so far. Is
and we're
what's
holding
in
over
Flamish?
300 people, and we're holding over 300
Opie.
people to the stream.
That's
Wow.
how big they are, Klaus. That's how big the waffles are. Almost a hand. That's how they look. That's
a
real
decent.
Belgium.
I would say that's a
Brussels
decent waffle.
Yeah, that's how they are in Belgium.
Yeah.
The one you bought last time made me angry because those are not Belgian waffles. They look like
What the
those,
4-section triangles?
No, the ones that that they sell here in Publix, they call them Belgian waffles, but they call them Belgian, Belgian. And Flamish had a fit over that because he's like, they're using the proper Belgian term, and those aren't real waffles. And you put butter on them, and Flamish is anti-butter. He says butter should only be used for flavor in food.
That's
Well,
what
yeah,
it's
it
put on
needs
the
flavor.
waffle for. That's what.
When he gets back, let's quiz him on that real quick.
I can hear everything you're saying.
Yeah,
so...
he's got his wireless headset on.
So hold on. So you're telling me that a Belgian waffle by itself should be enough flavor
Well,
by itself?
yeah, actually, because there is enough butter in there. It's very flavorful in itself, but you need to put some powdered sugar.
Okay, so you're putting something sweet on it
Yes,
to add
yes,
flavor.
yes,
Well,
but
that's
no
what butter
butter.
does.
No, we don't use butter.
Yeah.
No.
We put butter
No.
on top of it before it bakes to make it flavorful on the outside, but the butter gets in. We don't put butter on top when it's warm and
Okay,
out
so
of
that's the
the
only difference is you guys. So you put butter in when it's on the waffle iron. You add some butter
yes,
to it then.
yes.
So you're
So
baking the butter in.
you're just
So
doing
it's
it
the
at a
same
different
thing.
step.
Right.
Well, we'll do it differently. Just saying.
But you're
That's
still
Belgium.
using butter in your waffles. You're still using butter in your waffles in your case. Same thing.
Yes,
Works out the
yes,
same way.
but we don't
Yeah.
put it on top afterwards. Same with pancakes. We bake it with butter, but we don't use butter afterwards.
I could see that.
But
I'd
we
actually be
use
willing to try that. Probably tastes good
our
because
our
caramelized butter is good shit, man. I love stuff. I love caramelized butter.
yeah our pancakes are actually like really thin, like this thin, and it's called more like crepes. How they use it in French, but are just a little bit thicker. But they're not as thick as the American American pancakes. There's a big difference.
Real quick before we get out of here, Pixel Stopper did ask a question, but I think he already left. But he says, anyone else who's happy Otagi got the BC treatment? I put my disc in straight away. Anybody play Otagi? I don't know what that game is. Never played it.
Otogi.
I've never played it.
Oh, he's googling it.
Otogi is
He's
a game
Googling.
that's apparently $300 right now.
We are
It
not a
seems like
waffling burnout.
Otogi seems an Xbox. It's an Xbox original game. And I don't know what they mean. If it's backwards compatible, that's awesome, man. If you got the game, but it seems to be very expensive right now. If you want that game, Jesus,
I gotta
that's
take a look at this.
Is it a Japanese game? Japanese like anime type?
Well, actually, not that expensive. I saw in Belgium it's $300.
Oh, it's an OG Xbox game.
Yes, a guy with the sword on the cover, and there's a second game as well. Apparently, Otogi
The
2.
second game here is 146. The lowest price is 96.54.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
that game is pretty expensive. $300
Time
here in
Splitters.
Belgium, clowns.
Time Splitters 2 went up to 84.99.
That's crazy, man. Who wants to buy Otogi a game for $300? That's woof.
Not me. Nope.
The second one is here 129 euros. I'm talking euros, by the way. That's like 350 euro dollars or 330, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not paying. No, I have trouble paying over 50 for a game. Why am I going to pay $300?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just saying that on the side. I think for all things and purposes, that's different.
Well, we're hitting the close to the end of the show mark, and I want to get everybody out of here. Thanks to over 300 people watching, man, and commenting and liking the show and whatever you're doing out there, liking and sharing, appreciate it. Everybody who came out tonight, Pears, Shago, Stinkin, Pixel, Graphic God, Lemon. I'm probably missing some people, Flamish, if you want to go back and thank some other people as well. But Timmy, yeah, we can't forget Timmy. And on these outros, let's go ahead and let's go to the celebrity on the panel first. Mr. Cerebral Paul.
Oh, you are starting to sound like PK now. Holy crap. So yeah, you can find me at Twitter at Cerebral Paul 1, Twitch at Cerebral Paul, YouTube at Cerebral Paul, and on the Xbox Cerebral Paul 921. I don't have a set schedule for my personal shows, but I am on multiple podcasts throughout the week, including this one every Thursday night. And on Sundays, I'm on Good Morning Xbox, and sometimes I'm on the Flamish Show if I'm not watching football. And on Tuesdays, of course, at the Retro Renegades, where it's not really a podcast so much as just a bunch of friends hanging out and being raunchy with each other, which is a lot of fun. So there you go.
Awesome. Midway, are going to go to you next. It's your, I think, second week in a row, right? Back from football season. And I know you're going to have some vacation coming up when... Oh, Paris is in the room! Let's bring him in here.
Yeah, I just had to join in for a few seconds here. What's up, everyone?
What's up,
How
Paris?
you doing?
Hey. It was I just had to comment about that pizza stuff. That was hilarious, by the way.
Put in your 2 cents, man. Do it now.
After interviewing
We'll see that
Sal
later.
talking about pizza, he schooled us on pizza a little bit. We were comparing Chicago and New York pizza. And to see what Flamish had, he'd probably have a hard time.
You know what? I'm gonna send that to him and show him. Yeah,
we gotta share that with him and see what he thinks about it, and see if he's actually had some. I'm sure he's probably had some. He tours the world, right? I just wanted to jump in real quick because I just wanted to say happy holidays to all the people who watched the stream and who've been loyal fans. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because we see a lot of people watching and they're not subscribers. So just hit that subscribe button and join in on the fun because we got a lot of stuff coming. And I just wanted to say that we're going to be doing a holiday giveaway. So I just wanted to jump in on this. There's a whole bunch of different things. We might even try to give away one of those hot toys sort of things. One of the, I don't know if the new Spider-Man one that comes. I don't know. It's going to be cool. But that's all I wanted to say, just to get people prepped for that so we can max out the amount of viewers and subs and, all the people that are going to join in and have an opportunity to win some pretty cool stuff for the holidays. That's all I wanted to say. Awesome. Good seeing everybody.
Well, thank you, Paris.
Good seeing you, man.
Yeah. See you later.
Well, Paris, where can people find you?
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Twitter at plock77 and on Facebook. You can find me on 4GQTV. Follow our Facebook page because it's blowing up. We got the same content, but it's we're starting to get a lot of reach. I think our sound interview just hit 75,000 views. We're over 100K views on a few other interviews and. We're doing pretty well over there on the Facebook side. So just go ahead and check us out. We do have a fan subscription page on there. So we're going to be doing exclusive content for folks on Facebook who join up and follow us there. For the exclusive content, we're still working through that. Carlo, myself, Flamish, the entire channel. So we're gonna figure that all out and get people some stuff that you never seen before. Meet people you never know who we may interview. Be sure to check that out and join and follow us on Facebook. I think we're over 13,000 followers now, so and climbing. So it's been a great year, and we hopefully. We'll end this year off with a bang, with a lot of surprises, a lot of prizes for folks, and continue to check us out. We're here to have some fun. So thanks for all the panel members, and it's awesome. Let's continue to rock and roll.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to that. Doing that giveaway stream is gonna be a lot of fun. I'll also try to find some stuff to put in there that might be special. Maybe I'll meet some artists coming up or something and get some stuff signed and do a giveaway and put that in there. But it'll be really fun. It'll be a fun time just hanging out with us. Maybe we'll even get Flamish to eat that beef pizza live on stream. with some mustard.
Ooh. Oh,
No, no mustard.
We need to do that for a donation. We need somebody to donate.
yeah.
Maybe we'll do a side charity and we'll have the Flamish Experience. Call it the
Sriracha, I'm
Flamish
fine. I'm gonna cry anyway.
we'll have a section called the Flamish Experience where he's just eating pretty cool stuff and
Cool.
No, not all over. Nightmares.
would you somebody say snails with mustard or snails snails and you'd eat that, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But Flamish, did you check the comment section? Because I put a whole bunch of Belgian candy on there. I was like, hey, do you eat this candy on your pizza? I don't know if you've seen the Belgian candy. I was looking up all the Belgian candies. I didn't know. And I sent a link for you for a PC. There was a PC thing in there also for Hellblade. I know you're a big PC fan, so
I'll check it out.
Paris hooking Flamish up.
Yeah. So, besides that, anything else to talk about, Paris?
No, that was it. Go ahead. You guys can close out the show. I know you guys got to go. So I just came in and dropped in for a few seconds to say
I appreciate
hi.
it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Paris. And everybody who is listening, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I know Flamish in Belgium does not celebrate it, but he will be celebrating with his beet red pizza or whatever it's called. Flamish, where can people find you?
Well, people can find me, of course, here on 4GQTV. I've been doing some awesome reviews. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next with these kind of things. I haven't really got something yet. So if you got any type of game you want me to review, talk about, just send it in the comments. I will read them. I will look at them, and maybe you'll see the review come up. I don't know. Besides that, clowns, of course, you can find me over on my own show, Flamish Experience, every Sunday at 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UK, and of course, Renegades on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. EST as well on our GOG brothers over there. Yeah.
And Midway, I know we got into this deep pizza talk, but did we get to you on your outro?
You did not. You were just about to, and then Paris rang the doorbell. So, yeah, just Midway 8 Monster on Twitter. I'm shocked. I have over 400 followers. I was shocked when I saw that number. I try to post, lighthearted stuff, interesting news. Sometimes there's a good deal. I'll try to post that. Actually, the funny thing is one of my biggest traction posts that got traction was actually a deal, which was actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to keep doing that. Keep people informed. That's all it is. It's the information age. So, and yeah, sometimes I'm even on that other podcast that I get traded for or not traded for. I don't know which where I'm gonna be, but usually I'm at hanging out with Xbot448 at the next podcast. Give him a shout out. Really cool guy. But yeah, I'm gonna be here on a regular basis. I hope everyone is okay with that, especially those in the chat. You power the show. Appreciate all of you guys listening. Appreciate all these new partnerships. With Cerebral being part of the podcast since I've been back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the future and looking forward to having a great time with everyone associated with 4GQ TV.
Awesome. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for coming out. You can find me on 4GQ TV and on the MCU after show that we will be getting back to. And we got some stuff coming up on Friday, as long as time works out. And everybody in America, that celebrates it, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy the holidays. And see you guys next time.
Bye bye.